Turtle Man at when you need him. What's up, everybody? Today we're doing a little scouting. We got a new farm here that I just got permission to trap on, and I'm gonna try to catch a few beavers. We got a special guest coming to hang out with me here in a couple days, and we're gonna put out a video for you guys, and I'm hoping to get a beaver caught that day. So I ain't gonna tell you what the video is gonna be yet, but we're gonna try to catch a beaver. So I also got Vern with me. You can see her coming. We don't have any traps set out here, so she's gonna be doing a little hunting. She might try to tree a squirrel or something. Go with us, and if I find something cool, I'll show you what we got. And I'm just gonna scout today, and I'll be putting traps out tomorrow, so stay tuned. I like to take Vern with me a lot of times when I'm scouting, because she'll follow these 2-track roads, and when she comes across a trail that's some kind of critter, it doesn't really matter what it is. If it's a real fresh scent of something that crosses a road, she'll follow it. And a lot of times she shows me trails that normally I would just walk right past. Kind of a cool tip if you got a dog, you know. Watch where they're putting their nose and what they're following. They might show you something. I just found my first set of fresh coyote tracks, and when I mean fresh, I mean we've had a couple inches of rain, so any of these tracks that are in here are going to be, you know, probably from last night or this morning. They're pretty fresh. They're right here on this 2-track road. You know, coyotes travel these 2-track roads a lot, so there's not a whole lot of tracks in here, but there's another one that's fresh. That one's fresh. I may end up putting a set in here somewhere if I don't find something better, but I want to set on the freshest sign I can find. And I like scouting after these rains like this, because every track you find is fresh. So, and a lot of times when we ain't had no rain, you can't even see a track. So when we haven't had rain in a while, it's hard to see tracks. So right after rain is a good time to scout these new farms and get out there and find some really fresh sun. This coyote ran down this 2-track for a long ways, and there's also some coon tracks here. There's a coon track that was probably that's probably a day old or so, but there's a fresh track. Some more fresh tracks. Vern's checking them out. She can smell them. So, but this will be a good spot, you know, to set up on this 2-track, and might catch a coyote, might catch a coon. This time of year, our coons are prime, so you can actually get some money out of them now. So I don't mind catching a big boar coon, and you know, this time of year. So I'm gonna check out this little slough right here. It's right along this road, so if it's a good spot for coyotes and I can find some beaver sign in here, it'd be a good spot to put some beaver traps and some coyote traps, and that'll make us more efficient having our traps in the same spot. So I'm gonna check this slough out and I'll get back with you. Alright guys, I'm coming around this big pond, or you might call it a small lake. We found our first some beaver sign here. I don't know if you can see this very well or not, but that spot right there where everything's ate down, that's where the beaver have been eating in there. It's kind of a feed bed, and they've got it chewed up all along there. So we're getting closer. I'm gonna try to find their lodge, and I'm gonna try to find a spot where they got some water dammed up somewhere. And I wanna do a dam break set. And oh, here it is right here. We just found, this is part of their lodge right here. So yeah, right here's their lodge, one of them. I think I see the works of another one right there. So we're getting closer. I think we found them. Now I just gotta find a good place to set up on them. It's kind of tough in Oklahoma, man. We can't use conibears, so I gotta find a spot where I can foot trap these guys, and usually that's gonna be a dam or a castor mound. But if I could use conibears, you know, this, where these beaver are going in right here, this would be a good spot to set a conibear right here between these two rocks. But I can't use them here, so that doesn't mean you can't trap a beaver. That just means you gotta look a little harder and find another spot. This is all beaver lodge stuff in here. I don't know how much of this is fresh and how much of it's old, but there's definitely, these are feed beds where they've been eating, and I haven't found any sign until we got right here by this lodge, so I'm guessing they're not going real far. So I'm gonna keep looking. All right, guys, I found a crossover here where the beaver are coming out of the water there, and you can see fresh beaver tracks here where they're going into the lake there, but they're coming. I mean, if that lodge that I found is right, go ahead and focus, right over there on that point, and if that's where these beaver are staying, they're coming here and they're coming across and going into this big slough. So I'm gonna walk around this slough and see if I can find where they're damming it up, because I imagine they've got a dam over here somewhere that I'm going to try to find a spot for a dam break. So stay with us. Alright, guys, I wanted to show you this. The crossover that I found is right here. That's the dam to the big pond, and this is that slough that they've got flooded, and you can see all this ate down grass in here. That's all where the beavers have been eating, all in here. This should be thick and tall and look like that, and it's all ate down. It's all muddy in here and trampled where you can tell they've been walking. So this is where they're eating. This is a big feed bed here. It's all tore up, and the slough kind of has this little, it's almost like a creek that runs along the edge of it, and if you follow it down, follow this little creek, there's another spot where they're coming out of the water, coming up here to eat, coming along here. This is this little creek, and this is kind of like a feeder creek that runs into a big creek. Here's another spot where they're coming out of the water to eat in that feed bed. But right down here, is a little bitty dam that they've blocked up, and it's already got water running over it just because we've had so much rain. So it might not be a real effective spot for a dam break set, but I'm gonna probably break it down pretty good, let some of this water out, and this goes on down and goes into a big creek. And but that's how they're flooded this whole slough, is by damming that up. So I'm gonna keep looking around and get back with you. I'm getting closer to the bigger creek. I've been following this all the way back, and I found this spot here. You can tell all these tracks right here. There's a coon track right there. There's coyotes, deer. Everything's crossing the creek right here, coming up through here. And you can see coon track. That's an old coyote track. There's deer tracks. Another coon, deer, coon, coyote. So, and then also right here is a bigger beaver dam. That one is probably big enough that I can do a dam break set on it. So we'll probably have to put a trap right there. When we talk about being efficient, I can put a dam break for a beaver right there, and put a set right here on one side or the other for a coon or a coyote, or heck, even a bobcat. You know, you might catch right in here with a dirt hole set. So this is another good spot that I thought I'd show you. What's up, everybody? Hope you enjoyed my scouting video. Maybe you learned something along the way. I'm going to be putting some traps out at that property tomorrow, so I will show you guys that, and y'all get to see which locations I picked to put the traps out, and I will see you guys then. Thanks for watching.